Welcome back, folks. Fallout New Vegas. You beautiful dragon folk, you. I am attempting to fix that thing, I guess. I don't know how to go about doing it, but I can do it, I guess. A reloading bench. Break down scrap metal to lead. Sure. 200 lead. Okay. So that's kind of where we'd go break stuff down there. What's our next step, I guess? Our next step is to... We probably have to talk to Victor. That robot been rolling around the place? I know where his house is. And now that it's nighttime, it's probably gonna be... Probably not going to be... able to enter his house. Whose house is this? That's just a home. So yeah, so Victor is the robot. I think he's in this house right here. And oh, that's him right there.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle?
Thanks for taking me out of that grave.
Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need.
How'd you happen to find me?
I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they had run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were, so I hauled you off to the dock right quick.
You know who those men were that attacked me?
Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that.
How'd you end up in Goodspring?
I moseyed into town, 10, 15 years ago. Before that, I can't quite seem to recall. Odd. Anyway, it's a right peaceful town, and I reckon it's as fine a place to settle as any.
Certainly. I've never seen a robot like you before.
I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060B. If you ever see any of my brothers, tell them Victor says howdy.
Okay.
Happy trail!
Thanks, Victor. All right. So we gotta figure out what are we gonna do. We have to mosey on over to some other area. Oop. Ghost Town gunfight. Offer the help to help Ringo deal with the powder gang. Powder gang. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go this way, and we're gonna go talk to that Ringo guy. We're gonna see what Ringo has to say. Big iron on his head. So yeah, I'm hoping to get some pretty crazy. They're keeping him? I guess so. There he is. Why you got a gun out, bud?
That's close enough. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
Not an enemy, if that's what you're asking.
Sorry about the gun. You just caught me off guard, that's all. We got off to a bad start. Let's say we start over with a friendly game of Caravan. You know how to play?
Caravan? Where was the Caravan?
It's a two-player game, and the winner takes the whole pie. You build a caravan using the cards in your deck. The goal is to create caravan bids that beat your opponent's bids. So there's more strategy than luck involved. It's why you won't see Caravan in any casino. Too slow-paced. And more importantly, no house edge. Here, take this holotape. It goes into more specifics about the rules. You'll also need a deck, so take one of my spares. So, you feel like playing a game?
Sure.
Don't worry. I'm not that good of a player.
Hey, auto match? Oh my gosh, okay. Randomized caravan deck.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to me, Mr. New Vegas, and you look extraordinarily beautiful right now. It's just about time to get you some news. Troubling news from Prem, as merchants report a large presence of armed, unsavory figures.
Okay, select a card.
Nowhere to be found. Also in the headlines, unconfirmed reports say NCR's General Lee Oliver may have uprooted from his post at Camp McCarran in order to be present at Hoover Dam. NCR sources say that
And 615, I guess that's a
Legion has become
win?
their main strategic priority, and this move would not be unexpected. The preceding segment was sponsored by the Silver Rush. Silver Rush. Feel the rush of
What
a warm
is
laser
happening?
in your hand. Hey, New Vegas, have you ever said you love someone? when
I
it
definitely should have
wasn't
looked at the
quite
rules
true?
first before doing this, but
Yeah, but you shouldn't, because it's a sin to tell a lie.
what is... I'm still not sure. Four, 6, 2? Can't even, like, move tracks or anything. Can't do that either. It's like weird solitaire. I guess I can't move it over until... There we... Oh, I see. Okay. I lost. Okay, well. I'm not
What
done
is
talking to you, Ringo. There's a man named Joe Cobb looking for you?
Yeah. He doesn't look very tough, though. I hear he's afraid I'll shoot him down from one of the windows when I see him. And he's right. I'll have a much bigger problem once his friends show up. There's no way I could handle all of them in a gunfight.
What are you gonna do about the powder gangers?
I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw me to the wolves. I've got no chance against the gang on my own.
Maybe I can help.
We'd just end up sharing the same grave if it's just the two of us. Now, if some of the other people in town were also on board...
I'll ask around and see who can round up.
Start with Sunny Smiles. She's been friendlier than most around here.
White. Okay. Sunset Sarsaparilla. I want both of them. I want all the sarsaparillas. Turpentine. Boxing times. So you see, this is just one of those things. You want to grab literally everything you practically can. You can turn it into stuff. And then, when you're able to turn it all into things, so we're now going to try and talk to Sunny Smiles about this. And I guess we're essentially going to gather up an army to fight these powder gangers. Bobby pin, I'll take that. Butter knife, I'll take that. Okay, these crates are not for me. Alright, what about you? Can't do anything with you guys yet? No? Man. Johnny Guitar. That's also the other thing, is you're going to hear a lot of the same music kind of throughout all this, so I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the radio eventually. But the radio is like one of the best parts about the game, you know? Like, just having that nice ambient music glitched out a little bit there. She not a part of that?
Howdy.
Howdy. Alright. Door. That's a bathroom. Oh, I can drink from that. That's kind of really good. Okay. Interesting. Oh. Weird.
Hi there. Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer?
I'm gonna help Ringo take on the Powder Gang, because I might need your help.
Say no more. I'm in.
That was easy.
Joe Cobb talks about leaving us alone if we hand over Ringo. But I know his type. He and his friends will come after the town eventually. However, between you, me, and Ringo, we aren't exactly a force to be reckoned with. A lot of people around here look up to Trudy. If you could convince Trudy to join us, some of the folks in town might decide to help out as well. I know Easy Pete's got a stock of dynamite somewhere, and Chet just got a shipment of leather armor we could borrow. Talk to them as well.
Easy Pete,
Finally,
Chet.
there's a good chance we'll all end up with extra holes in us. So if Doc Mitchell could cough up some extra stim packs, that'd be great.
All right. Any idea on how to fence Trudy join
A silver tongue would help. Convincing Trudy that we had a good plan to win the fight would also help.
Would Chet be willing to give us a supply?
I don't think give is in Chet's vocabulary. Even with the town at stake, he'd still make you barter with him.
How can I get Easy Pete's dynamite?
Easy Pete's pretty protective of his dynamite. You'd have to convince him you know a thing or two about explosives before you handed it over.
Got it. Bit short on caps. I don't suppose there's any work available?
Not in Good Springs, no. But if you're up for a little scavenging, there's always the schoolhouse. Most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able to crack with dynamite. If you want to take a shot at it, take these.
Huh. Magazine and locksmiths?
If the lock's too much for you to handle, reading through the magazine might give you the edge you need.
Bobby pin?
You'll need those to pick the lock. Be careful, though. Put too much pressure on them, and they'll snap.
Alright, we'll take a look in the safe when I have a chance.
Always happy to help someone.
Alright, need to get the Prim. Can you suggest a route?
Sure can. Take the road southeast out of town till it hits the freeway. Prim is the town with a roller coaster straight south. Can't
A
miss
roller
it.
coaster?
NCR patrols do a good job of keeping the highway clear, but I'd keep your gun where you can reach it easily. You never know who you'll run into.
Got it.
Off the road, you'll probably start running into hostile wildlife. My advice would be to stick to the highway when you can.
Okay. What do you do around here?
I hunt geckos mostly. The meat's pretty good and I can always find a buyer for the hides. I also help keep the town clear of rad scorpions and coyotes. Not many people live in Good Springs, so wildlife is always creeping in.
Okay. And what about, let's talk about the areas around Good
Sure.
Spring.
What do you want to know?
What other towns nearby?
Southeast of here is Prim. Can't miss it. Since it has the giant old roller coaster right in the middle of town. The NCR's got an outpost there. If you follow the road north, you'll eventually hit Sloan and Quarry Junction. They mine rocks or something, but I heard they got troubles lately.
Mine rocks or something?
I wouldn't head that direction if I were you, though. Got critters up there that don't take kindly to getting shot.
CR?
The new California Republic. Bunch of settlers and soldiers coming in from the west, fixing on making Nevada their own. They can be right pushy, but the roads are safer because of them, so I tend to let it go.
Fair enough.
Not that I got a choice.
Does the NCR keep you safe from?
Well, the wildlife for one thing, rowdy locals for another. They're protecting their own. Just happens to help us. They've been holding off this other group from the east, too.
What do you know about the other group?
Got a funny name. Call themselves Caesar's Legion. Never seen them in these parts, so I couldn't tell you much. I hear rumors, that's about it. Supposedly they keep slaves and they got some real nasty ways of killing folks. But maybe that's just something folks in the NCR cooked up to make themselves seem more useful here. Less uninvited.
What kind of creatures are out there?
Around here, mostly coyotes and geckos. The coyotes are pretty dangerous in large packs, but otherwise they're nothing to really worry about. The geckos aren't too tough, but they've got a nasty bite. I've heard about bigger, nastier versions out in the wasteland, but I've never seen them.
Well, that's
Stick to
good.
the roads when you can, and steer clear of the hills north of Good Springs. The critters up there are big and poisonous.
Big and poisonous. All right,
If you want to-
cool. I think that's it. So now I gotta go talk to Easy Pete, and I gotta talk to Trudy. What? What? Is he in here? Anyone in here? General store? Oh, Chet. He's asleep. Sorry, bud. Didn't mean to wake you.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
I need supplies to fight the powder gangers.
Now just hold on. I never voted to take on the powder gangers. That's a 1,000 cap investment you're talking about. Look,
Yams.
You're bringing this on yourselves. There's no way I'm getting involved. But hey,
Okay, so I need a high barter.
can do.
I guess I could always buy something to boost my barter. Do I have anything to boost my barter? Oh, those are cards. I can't. Except I don't have any money. Okay, beer, Blamco, bloatfly meat, boxing times, yeah, buff out, butter knife, cherry bombs, ram, up, dirty water, some empty soda bottles, empty whiskey bottles, fancy lad snacks, gecko hide. Now we're gonna throw him for a loop here, because we're gonna buy his barter thing in the hopes Salesman Weekly.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Now I'm going to use that I remember what it was called. Now we'll try and talk to him about it.
You looking to buy some supplies?
Here we go.
You made your point. I can provide people with some leather armor and extra ammo. Sure hope it's worth it. And I'll be guarding the store while all this is going on. I have to put my business first. You understand.
Boom. Check it. What makes the surplus ammo inferior?
It's all about quantity over quality. Trouble is, you'll be cleaning and fixing your gun a lot more than usual when you use those kind of bullets.
I mean, what weapon mods special ammo?
Weapon mods are things like silencers, scopes, bigger magazines. Special ammo includes things like armor-piercing bullets, which don't hurt the target as much, but let you punch through armor easier. There's also hollow point bullets, which have the opposite effect. You can kill unarmored targets easier, but they don't do shit against armor.
Got it. What do you know about the situation of the powder gangers?
If Ringo doesn't head out on his own, I think we should hand him over. Town shouldn't get itself mixed into the problem. Don't mistake that for coward talk, though. We're a town of survivors. We'll fight tooth and nail if pushed, but we don't go looking for trouble.
Got it. What do you think about the people who attacked me?
The leader was a New Vegas type. Typical city boy. He had a bunch of Great Khans with him, probably hired guns. The Great Khans normally stay in their own territory way up northwest, on account of them being enemies with the NCR.
Got it. Have you ever been to New Vegas?
Twice. Both times I drank a lot of liquor and lost most of my caps at the card tables. In that order, now that I think about it. If you ever get to New Vegas, be sure to visit Gomorrah. It's the best casino in the city. You won't regret it.
Gomorrah.
Word of advice, behave. Between the NCR military police and Mr. House's robots, you don't want to be causing trouble on the strip.
Okay. I'd like to know about Mr. House.
I'm afraid I don't know much myself. Mr. House has got his own casino, Lucky 38, but nobody goes in or out except his robots. The other casinos follow Mr. House's rules, so I guess that makes him the leader of New Vegas. As far as I know, nobody's ever laid eyes on the guy. I think that robot who pulled you out of the dirt belongs to Mr. House. If Mr. House is looking after you, it's got to be a good thing, right?
Anything else you can tell me about the Great Khan?
They're tough sons of bitches. Mean, but not crazy. They'll leave you alone unless you got something they want. The Great Khans deal in illegal chems. There's a good chance that most chems you come across were made by Great Khans.
All right.
Take
Cool. Well, that's one guy's stuff done. And we got leather armor, which I'm going to actually equip right now. Boom. All right. So now we have to talk to Trudy. There are a lot of people to talk to, though. So we are actually going to just go ahead and end this episode here for now. And when we return, we will continue to pretty much convince the rest of Goodsprings here to help out in fighting the Powder Gamers. And I imagine the more people that we can get to help out, the better our chances are of surviving this battle, if there is even one to come. And we get to benefit ourselves too. We get Stimpaks, we get leather armor, we get all this other stuff, so sure, it'll be great. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it so much. Please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel as well. If you guys enjoy this content, leave a comment too. Let me know what you guys are thinking of the series. If you guys love it, tell me. If you guys hate it, tell me. And then tell me what your favorite pasta dish is. That's the indicator for letting me know that you've gotten to the end of the video. Let me know what your favorite pasta is. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for coming by. Just make sure to eat yourself some food and drink some water and prepare yourself for the next episode. We'll see you then. All right, guys. Nerd out.